She survived a serial killer stepfather, a horrifying kidnapping, and decades of Weatherfield chaos. But nothing could have prepared Sarah Platt for a prison cell. And now, as she sits behind bars for the killing of Theo Silverton, there's someone on the outside who refuses to let her face it alone. But that loyalty is about to come at a devastating personal cost, because the woman standing by Sarah's side is about to tear open old wounds for the person she loves most. If you thought the fallout from Theo's murder was over once the verdict was read, think again, because Coronation Street is proving that a guilty plea is only the beginning of the story. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, this is your home for everything happening on the cobbles. Today we're diving into one of the most emotionally charged storylines currently unfolding on Coronation Street, one that connects two of the show's most beloved characters in a way fans did not necessarily see coming. On one side, we have Sarah Platt, a Weatherfield legend of nearly 3 decades, now living out a prison sentence for a crime that shocked the entire street. On the other, we have Carla Connor, the ever-loyal, ever-fierce businesswoman who has never been able to walk away from someone she cares about, even when it puts her own life at risk. And caught in the middle, quietly unraveling, is Carla's partner, Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain, a woman who has already been through more heartbreak than most people see in a lifetime. This week, as Carla prepares to visit Sarah in prison, the ripple effects of that decision are hitting Lisa hard, and fans are already speculating about where this emotional storyline is headed next. For those who might not have been following every twist of Coronation Street's biggest murder mystery in years, let's rewind a little so everyone is caught up. Sarah Platt, played by Tina O'Brien since the character's teenage years, has long been one of the show's most resilient figures. She's endured a teenage pregnancy as a schoolgirl, a kidnapping ordeal, and the trauma of watching her mother Gail marry Richard Hillman, a man who turned out to be a multiple murderer. Sarah has weathered heartbreak, business triumphs and failures, and more Weatherfield drama than almost anyone else currently on the cobbles. But nothing in her history compares to the storyline that has consumed the show since the beginning of this year, when Coronation Street aired a chilling flash-forward episode revealing that a murder was coming to Weatherfield, with the victim's identity deliberately kept hidden from viewers for months. That victim, fans eventually learned, was Theo Silverton, a character introduced as a charming love interest for Todd Grimshaw before revealing himself to be a manipulative and abusive figure who waged a prolonged campaign of psychological and physical cruelty against those around him. As suspicion mounted across the street, practically every major character became a person of interest, with Gary Windass, Sarah's own husband, at one point looking like the prime suspect. Tension escalated week after week as police closed in. Forensic evidence was seized, including Sarah's wedding outfit, and Weatherfield descended into a state of paranoia rarely seen even by this show's dramatic standards. Eventually, the truth came out. Sarah was the one responsible for Theo's death, and in an emotional and startling confession, she admitted everything, appearing determined to protect her husband Gary from taking the blame. Her case went to court, and Sarah Platt, after 27 years as a Weatherfield fixture, was sentenced and sent down. Now, meet Carla Connor, portrayed by the incomparable Allison King, who has been part of the fabric of Coronation Street since 2006. Carla is known across the cobbles as fiercely loyal, occasionally reckless, and someone who simply cannot sit back and watch the people she loves suffer without stepping in. Over the years, Carla has weathered her own catalog of trauma, from being gaslit and drugged by manipulative partners, to battling serious illness, to nearly losing her life on multiple occasions. Through it all, one relationship has become central to her happiness: her partnership with Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain. The two women's romance developed gradually, built on mutual support through some genuinely harrowing circumstances, including Lisa's own devastating history involving her supposedly deceased wife Becky, whose shocking return and eventual downfall rocked Lisa's entire world and put both women through the ringer emotionally. Lisa Swain, played by Vicky Myers, is a police detective who has spent much of the past couple of years fighting her own demons. She lost colleagues in the line of duty. She discovered her late wife may have been a corrupt officer, and she has battled crippling anxiety and self-doubt about her ability to keep doing her job. Therapy has become a regular part of her life, and just when it looked as though Lisa and Carla might finally be entering a calmer chapter together, planning their future and looking forward to happier days, real life on Coronation Street has thrown them another curveball, this time through Sarah Platt's imprisonment. So here's where things stand right now and why fans are talking. In scenes airing this week, Carla tells Lisa that she intends to visit Sarah in prison, revealing that her old friend is really struggling behind bars and that Sarah's young son Harry is finding life without his mother almost unbearable. It's a gut punch of a scene, understated but devastating, because Carla isn't asking for permission. She's simply telling Lisa what she's decided to do, the same instinctive loyalty that has defined Carla's character for years, kicking straight back into gear. But the emotional weight of that conversation clearly lands somewhere deep and uncomfortable for Lisa. Viewers watching at home have picked up on subtle but unmistakable signs that this news troubles her far more than a simple prison visit should. Why would this affect Lisa so profoundly? For one, Lisa's entire career and identity are built around law enforcement, around the idea that actions have consequences and that the justice system, however imperfect, has to mean something. Watching her partner rush to comfort and support someone who took another person's life, even someone as sympathetic and long-suffering as Sarah, puts Lisa in a genuinely complicated emotional position. There's also the matter of Lisa's fragile mental state following everything she's endured over the past year. She has already been signed off work, encouraged into therapy, and has spent months trying to process trauma stacked upon trauma. The added stress of watching Carla walk straight back into an emotionally fraught, high-stakes situation, even one rooted in compassion rather than danger, appears to be reopening wounds Lisa hasn't fully healed from. Adding another painful layer to this same stretch of episodes, Lisa, Carla, and Ryan Connor have also been dealing with Betsy, Lisa's daughter, who has been recovering at home after a frightening ordeal and has made the heartbreaking decision to give up her place at the prestigious London College of Fashion. With Betsy needing round-the-clock support and the household already stretched thin emotionally, Carla's determination to now also show up for Sarah is placing enormous pressure on a family that was already running on empty. Fans watching these scenes unfold have been quick to point out just how much is being piled onto Lisa all at once, and there is a growing sense across social media that this could be building toward a genuine breaking point for her character. The online reaction has been substantial. Corrie fan forums and social media have lit up with viewers debating whether Carla is doing the right thing by supporting Sarah, or whether her instinct to help everyone around her, no matter the personal cost, is becoming a genuine problem in her relationship with Lisa. Some fans have praised the storyline as an authentic and moving depiction of how one person's crisis can ripple outward and destabilize an entire support network, arguing that it's a refreshingly grounded piece of drama compared to some of the show's more sensational plots. Others have expressed concern for Lisa, worrying that the show is once again piling trauma onto her character without giving her enough space to recover, and pointing out that Lisa has arguably been through more heartbreak in the past 2 years than almost anyone else currently on the cobbles. There's also a vocal segment of the fanbase firmly Team Sarah, arguing that after everything Theo put her through, her sentence feels unjust, and that Carla's compassion is exactly the kind of loyalty the character has always been known for, and exactly what Sarah needs right now. Entertainment outlets covering the soap have also weighed in, with several highlighting this storyline as one of the standout emotional threads to come out of the Theo-Silverton saga's aftermath. Much of the coverage has focused on the strength of the performances, with both Allison King and Vicky Myers earning praise for portraying the quiet, creeping toll this situation is taking on their characters without resorting to melodrama. Critics have also noted how skillfully the show has used Sarah's imprisonment not just as a plot resolution to the murder mystery, but as a springboard for exploring grief, guilt, and the complicated nature of loyalty among Weatherfield's tightly knit community. So, what could this mean going forward for these characters and the people who play them? For Sarah, her story is clearly far from finished. Despite her confession and sentencing, a significant portion of the fanbase remains convinced that there's more to uncover, with some viewers pointing to dialogue exchanges they believe hint at an unresolved twist still waiting in the wings. Whether that speculation pays off or Sarah's storyline settles into a longer-term prison arc focused on her relationships with Harry, Gary, and her wider family remains to be seen, but it's clear the show has no intention of quietly writing her into the background. For Carla and Lisa, the coming weeks look set to test their relationship in a genuinely meaningful way. Will Lisa find a way to support Carla's compassion for Sarah while also protecting her own fragile mental health? Or is this the storyline that finally pushes Lisa past her limit, forcing a painful reckoning between her professional identity as a police officer and her personal loyalty to the people she loves? Given how invested fans already are in the Swirler relationship, as it's affectionately known online, there's enormous appetite to see how the show handles this delicate balancing act. There's also plenty of speculation swirling around where Betsy's storyline fits into all of this. With Lisa's daughter already fragile and the household stretched to breaking point, some fans are wondering whether an already overwhelmed Lisa might reach a crisis point of her own in the coming weeks, potentially leading to a major storyline of her own, whether that's a mental health crisis, a professional fallout at work, or a serious rift with Carla. Others are hoping the show pulls back just enough to give this ensemble of characters some much-needed stability after such a relentless run of trauma. Either way, it's clear Coronation Street's writers are not finished mining this emotional web for drama, and viewers should brace themselves for more twists before any kind of resolution arrives. To sum it all up, Coronation Street has once again proven why it remains one of the most compelling soaps on British television, weaving together Sarah Platt's harrowing prison storyline with the deeply personal fallout it's having on Carla Connor and Lisa Swain's relationship. Sarah is behind bars, her son Harry is struggling without her, and Carla, true to form, refuses to abandon a friend in need, whatever the personal cost. But that unwavering loyalty is placing real strain on Lisa, a character already stretched to her emotional limit by grief, professional pressure, and the ongoing fallout from her daughter Betsy's own difficult journey. As fans continue to debate what comes next, one thing is certain. This storyline is far from over, and the emotional stakes on the cobbles have rarely felt higher. That's everything we know so far about this gripping chapter unfolding on Coronation Street. What do you think? Is Carla right to stand by Sarah no matter what? Or is Lisa the one who deserves more support right now? Let us know your thoughts and predictions down in the comments below. We absolutely love reading them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another Coronation Street update. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.